Hello and welcome to the Employee Factory, where we dive right into the world of AI and LLM technical education. Today, we're going to explore the absolutely fascinating world of tokens and embeddings and how they actually help AI process and represent text and data. If you've ever wondered how a machine seemingly understands human language, well, this is the explainer for you. Let's get right into it.
So let's look at this invisible gap between human input and machine processing. I mean, we type sentences, we ask questions, we write whole paragraphs, but underneath the hood, computers don't speak English, Spanish, or any human language for that matter. They literally only understand numbers. So how exactly do we bridge that massive divide?
To answer that, here is our game plan for today. First, what are tokens and embeddings? Second, why do they actually matter? Third, who is this for? And finally, how do you use them?
What are they? Let's look at the anatomy and psychology of AI text. Simply put, tokens are the fundamental building blocks of language in AI. When you type out a sentence, it's immediately broken down into individual chunks so the machines can actually index it. But here's the kicker. A token isn't always a full word. Sometimes it's just a piece of a word, a punctuation mark, or even a special character. A good rule of thumb, one token is roughly 3/4 of a word or about 4 characters in English. It's basically a clever way to triage messy human text into a super organized numerical index. But obviously, an ID number alone doesn't really give you any meaning, right? And that's exactly where embeddings come in. These tokens are converted into numerical representations, embeddings, which essentially act as spatial coordinates of meaning. An embedding model takes that text and converts it into a multidimensional vector. We're talking about a list of up to 1,536 numbers. These numbers capture the deep semantic meaning and the context of that specific token, placing it in a literal mathematical space right alongside related concepts. Take the words dog and cat, for example. To an old-school computer program, these are just entirely different strings of text, no connection whatsoever. But in an embedding space, their vector coordinates mathematically plot them super close together. Why? Because the embeddings capture the actual nuances of our language. They recognize that, hey, both are pets, both are animals, they share semantic relationships. So they get mathematically mapped right next to one another in this crazy high-dimensional space. Moving right along to section 2, why do they matter? Let's talk about unlocking natural language processing. So the absolutely crucial point here is that machines only understand math, period. If you're dealing with any natural language processing task, your input is text, but a machine learning model simply can't process it until it's a number. Without these vector representations, AI models would completely struggle to understand the meaning, the context, and the actual intent behind human language. They'd basically be blind to the meaning of our words. By representing text this way, these concepts act as the master key that unlocks all those powerful NLP capabilities we use every day. We're talking about everything from seamless language translation and sentiment analysis to text generation, intelligent chatbots, and voice assistants. Literally none of these technologies could capture the subtle context of human dialogue without tokens and embeddings carrying the weight of that meaning. So let's ask a pretty fundamental question about how this changes data retrieval for businesses. Before embeddings, if we wanted to find something in a database, we just used keyword search. But what happens when human language gets messy? This right here builds a massive advantage for data retrieval. Imagine an employee searches a company database for vacation policy, but the actual manual only says holiday guidelines. A traditional keyword search completely fails there, right? Because it's only looking for exact matches. But with semantic search powered by embeddings, the system knows that vacation and holiday share mathematical proximity. It's searching by meaning, not just exact wording. This takes your search success rate from incredibly frustrating to almost magical. Which brings us to section 3, who is this for? Let's talk about the practitioners crossing domains. Look, this technology is absolutely not just for researchers locked away in a lab. It spans across multiple domains. It's for developers and software engineers who are building out AI pipelines and agentic workflows. It's for data scientists analyzing massive text data sets. It's for academics pushing the boundaries of NLP. And critically, it's for business leaders and stakeholders who really need to understand how to deploy these semantic systems to solve real-world industry problems, like, say, transforming a useless customer support bot into an actually intelligent, helpful assistant. All right, section 4, how to use them. Let's look at some practical tools and workflows. This step-by-step procedure here is beautifully clean and logical. Step 1, you just take your raw text. Could be a PDF, a company handbook, whatever. Step 2, you apply a tokenization technique, breaking it into chunks like word pieces or subwords. And finally, step 3, you run those tokens right through a model to vectorize them, mapping them directly into your high-dimensional embedding space so they can be easily stored and searched. Now, to actually execute this without reinventing the wheel, you definitely want to leverage the incredible tools that are already out there. You can use pre-trained language models like BERT or Roberta. You can explore established embedding spaces like Word2Vec and Glove. And to orchestrate all of this in your actual code, you just rely on industry-standard libraries like NLTK, Space, and LangChain to handle all the heavy lifting and tie your entire pipeline together.
Now, here is a massive pro tip from the trenches. If you're feeding huge documents into these systems, you can't just shove an entire book into an AI all at once. You gotta pre-chew the text. You do this by using what's called a recursive character text splitter. You want to keep your chunk size optimized, usually between 300 and 1,000 characters, and crucially, always ensure chunk overlap, say 50 to 150 characters. This overlap ensures you don't accidentally slice a sentence in half and completely lose the context from one chunk to the next.
And that brings us to our conclusion, bringing it all together. At the end of the day, tokens and embeddings are truly the essential bridge between the messy, nuanced world of human language and the strict mathematical reality of machine computation. By transforming our words into numbers, we empower machines to capture the deepest nuances of human communication, unlocking workflows that were literally impossible just a few short years ago. So whether you're an engineer building a new agent, a data scientist organizing knowledge, or a business leader defining strategy, mastering these fundamentals completely changes how you interact with AI. But here's a final thought to leave you with. If we've successfully taught machines to mathematically map the nuances of human language today, what happens tomorrow when these multidimensional spaces begin mapping concepts we don't even have words for yet? Thanks for joining this explainer, and we'll see you next time.